So I thought I would update on my amalgam removal. So I've actually had 2 of my amalgams out already on this side, which is exciting. And I've got another 3 to go. One of them which I'm hoping to do this Friday, and the other 2 within the next month. So that'll be great, they'll all be done. And in addition to that, I've also had additional fillings. So out of the composites and their bonding materials, some of the bonding materials contain PEGs, aluminium oxide, bis-GMA, so I know this and I'm aware of this. I'm very aware that you're not going to get a completely natural, chemical-free dental bonding agent. You know, I was aware of that. For me, this is just about getting the amalgams out. Look, this isn't about choosing the perfect material. For me, this was just about replacing the amalgam, which is, you know, up there as one of the most top poisons. So it's just finding about, like, pick your poison. So just want to talk a little bit about the process. And what they do is they gave me a gown and some gloves. I also had a hairnet, and what else did I have? I also had a hairnet and oxygen on my nose, and they gave me a mask to cover my nose as well. So oxygen, and I actually didn't have anaesthetic. They weren't very deep fillings, I don't think. So the 2 I already had done, I didn't have anaesthetic for, so I could feel some of the drilling. But yeah, that was the whole process. It took a long time. It took about an hour, and I've seen videos of it being really, really quick, but this took a long time because he told me that you couldn't bond them because there was a lot of bleeding, so he had to wait till the bleeding stopped. So that was the reason why that happened. But yeah, that was it. Pretty simple. And yeah, so the thing I didn't really expect to talk about, I was just going to concentrate on amalgam removal. I'm going to talk about now, and that is anaesthetic phobia. So I had a phobia before going about the anaesthetic. Everything else, like, I wasn't really too bothered about, but the anaesthetic bothered me. And when I had it, because I haven't been numbed in so long, because I haven't been to the dentist in so long, I could feel it numbing, and I could feel it going up to my eye. And I actually asked him how much he used, and he said 2 mil. But I felt it on my eye, and I couldn't really feel myself blink, which was petrifying. So please, if anyone else has had this experience, please let me know. It only lasted really about 40 minutes, but yeah. I do have a histamine intolerance. That night as well, I just couldn't sleep. I felt sort of a little bit bloated in my belly. A little bit as if, like, I've had an intolerance to something. So it was sort of like the same, maybe similar symptoms to as if I was having, like, an intolerance. And then the next day I felt just so tired and groggy. And then the next day I was getting back to normal again. So that was after the first anaesthetic. And the second one, oh, and by the way, that was adrenaline free because I didn't want adrenaline. So the next anaesthetic I had was mepificane, which was just a plain anaesthetic, and again, adrenaline free. Same thing happened. I felt it going up to my eye, and then couldn't really feel myself blink that much, and then 40 minutes after went away, and again, that was only 2 mil. This time, I don't know if it was just because it was only a week after I had more anaesthetic, so my body needed a long time to get rid of it, but it seemed to take me a bit longer days to get over with this one. And again, it was the same symptoms. I couldn't sleep. I felt a little bit bloated in my belly, almost like inflamed, so like it took me longer, and I think that's because, you know, as soon as I come out, I was like, yes, I done it, I'm gonna bite cake. And really, I should have thought, you know, hang on, you know, look after your body, detox, have your smoothies and stuff. Because the first time I had the smoothie, the second time I didn't. And I should have concentrated on you know, hydrating, nourishing foods to eliminate that anaesthetic. Now I have a histamine intolerance, and I did read that maybe the preservatives in the anaesthetic can be like a histamine liberator. So Mabifecaine, I read, contains something called methylparaben, which I think is a preservative or something, but anyway, these preservatives I was looking into could be histamine liberators, which is I could have been getting sort of a histamine response. You know, it might not be the histamine intolerance, it could be that my body, since I've changed my diet, and that my body is just really sensitive to anything that's toxic. I don't know. My stomach probably getting inflamed because maybe it's struggling to digest all this histamine or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I did read about single tooth anaesthetic. So has anyone had any experiences with single tooth anaesthesia? Because I'd love to know how that works, and you know, if people had that and was affected in the same way as they was with the whole numbing face anaesthetic. I don't react great to anaesthetic. It takes me a couple of days to get over, but I got through them and I'm really proud of myself. I remember coming out the dentist after having the anaesthetic. Oh, and by the way, that anaesthetic the second time was for a tooth out, so I couldn't really avoid that, like I needed to have it. But you know what, I got through it and I was so happy. Like when I come out, I was so happy when I come out the dentist and I had that anaesthetic, I was like, yay. But I came out the dentist, I was so happy that I got through it and I had the anaesthetic and I had the tooth out. But yeah, it's just a couple of days after, it takes me to get over it. I got through it. So yeah, so I would love to hear if anyone else has had an experience where it takes them a while to get over anaesthetic and how it affects them. So I would love to hear your stories. So I'm gonna end this video here. Bye!